Good morning. We've got most of the applicants and registrars that were ready for the session in with us now. So welcome this morning to the latest Play More Golf webinar. Today we're going to be talking about, I suppose, a little bit about what golf clubs across our network and across the industry have seen over the past few months, how we can start to really make effect of that moving into the future. And how we can support your golf club moving forward to try and create a little bit of loyalty and to protect the futures of our golf clubs moving forward by the surge in demand really that we've seen for golf. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Jake Rhodes. I've been with Play More Golf now for just over 3 years in a role of club sales and support. So obviously working alongside new golf clubs, getting them into the network and launching our flexible membership model. And then supporting our network and our regional managers with regards to supporting our network of almost 300 partner golf clubs now across the UK, using the Play More Golf platform to operate their flexible membership. In terms of today's aims and what we're looking to go through, obviously, like most golf clubs across the UK, I'm sure you've all seen a surge in demand really to play golf. Industry and golf courses now really have the opportunity, I suppose, to plan ahead and almost protect and secure our futures. We'd like to talk about how we can help golf clubs make these numbers sustainable and how we can almost stay relevant by providing individuals with different membership offerings and different strategies really as a golf club to provide different products for different people, different individuals and different behaviours. It's been really good to talk through that. We'll also have a Q&A session at the end for you all to ask and for me to answer any questions that you may have about Play More Golf and how we can help, and also maybe about just what we've seen across our network of almost 300 golf clubs over the past 4 months as well. What we'll be covering, a little bit about who we are at Play More Golf. As I say, a little bit about the green fee trends that we've seen across our network of partner clubs over the past 4 months, membership trends that we've seen and our partner clubs have seen over the past 4 months as well. What we would recommend that your golf club to do to almost, as I say before, as I mentioned before, to make this sustainable and to really have the opportunity to plan ahead. What does the future look like? How we at Play More Golf and how our model actually works from a golf club's perspective, but also from a golf club golfer and a golf club member's perspective as well. And as I say, we'll also touch on a brief Q&A towards the end as well, answering any questions that you might have. So just to give you all an overview and an introduction to Play More Golf before we get started. I'm sure most of you have probably heard of us by now at Play More Golf. Obviously, we are a flexible membership model. We assist golf clubs in launching and introducing a new flexible membership points-based system, really designed at attracting more infrequent golfers into golf club membership on a contracted revenue basis. So really driving some contracted membership revenue for you as a golf club from golfers that may only be playing a handful of times and generally speaking, on average, only 8 times per year. So our platform has been operating now as Play More Golf for 4 years, but we as a team behind Play More Golf have worked within flexible memberships for many, many years. Play More Golf was actually founded by the same team who launched one of the original points-based memberships, which was the De Vere Club. We've sold over 30,000 memberships and we've worked inside golf clubs and resorts for between the team over 150 years. So vast knowledge and experience of working in golf clubs and golf resorts, and very much a case of we understand how a golfer operates and why it's so important to provide different options for different people and different behavioural needs. Very important for us to also keep up with the ever-changing golfer demands as well, which is why us as a product and at Play More Golf, our model has obviously developed since the original days of the De Vere Club membership and how it operated back then. We at Play More Golf now work with almost 300 partner clubs up and down the UK on all different types of golf clubs. Our model now is very much a variable product which is designed to suit each individual golf club and provide a product for each individual club that suits your needs. What we provide to golf clubs is very much a bespoke membership offering where your golf club determines everything about the flexible membership, from how much a golfer is going to pay to join your club as a flexible member, and determining, obviously you have the flexibility to determine how many rounds of golfers will receive for a certain number, and obviously what benefits you're going to offer as well, but we'll touch on that a little bit later. So first of all, just to talk about what we've seen really in terms of green fee trends over the past 4 months really. I'm sure you as a golf club out there have obviously seen an increase in green fees really. I know there's been a number of studies now and surveys released out to golf clubs to find that, you know, golf tee time utilisation has been massively up on this time last year. Obviously, we're starting to see now a little bit of a drop off in terms of number of rounds being played, especially on a green fee level, in comparison of September so far to what we saw originally in June. I think it's around about down around about 50% from September to June. So it's definitely going backwards now in terms of how busy golf courses are. Obviously, golfers that are still playing are still playing fairly frequently. Probably seeing a lot of golf club members at your clubs that might have only been playing, you know, once or twice a week, generally speaking. Maybe now playing 3 or 4 times a week. And again, very similar with those green fee golfers, is a lot of these golfers are very much nomadic, infrequent golfers who don't play enough golf, I suppose, to justify a membership, which is why they're probably just green fee golfers. But what we've started to see is a lot of them playing more and more golf over the past 4 months, and I suspect a lot of them at your golf clubs have probably moved into golf club membership as well, because it may have been more valuable for them to take up a pro rata membership for a 6 or 7 month period. But we've definitely seen increased participation levels and obviously a huge demand on tee sheets, and very little tee time availability across our partner golf clubs. Once the members and our flexible members have obviously had prior booking rights, there's been very limited availability, and I'm sure you've probably seen something similar. And what we're obviously here today to talk about is how we can continue that moving forward. How can we ensure that golf club tee sheets don't go back to where they were 2 or 3 years ago, really, with lots and lots of availability around where your members are playing, generally speaking, away from your peak periods. How do we continue to fill those quieter off-peak times on your golf course, which I suspect over the past 4 months have been really busy. But obviously, as things go back to normality, as I suppose we know it, when people have the ability to partake in different exercises, different activities, they're definitely going to see people playing less golf in comparison to what we've seen over the past 4 months. So how do we prepare for that moving forward? Membership trends post-lockdown in terms of what we've noticed across our partner clubs and across the industry as a whole, really. I suspect maybe some of you that are with us today have introduced pro rata memberships. So, you know, maybe reducing what was a 12-month membership and pro-rating that for a 6-7 month period post-lockdown. Now, you know, that's great in terms of attracting those pay and play golfers and those new golfers into club membership. I think it's just going to be really important for us now to prepare moving forward for those golfers potentially not willing to justify a 12-month membership when, as I touched on before, they're going to have the ability to partake in different activities. A lot of people are going to be back at work again in the new year as well, who maybe haven't been for the past 4 months due to furlough. And obviously people may be out of work as well. So a traditional membership for a 12-month period in comparison to somebody that may have only been paying for 6 or 7 months, and let's face it, actually getting value for it because they've been playing much more frequently than they will be able to next year when things are a little bit more normal. Golfers might at present be playing 60, 70 times over a 6-7 month period. Moving forward, a lot of golfers are going to go back to the old behaviour of maybe only getting 10 to 15 rounds in per year. So it's going to go back to how things were slightly. But I suspect what we've got to do is obviously provide different options to suit different behaviour, because what we'll also see is that some people moving forward will continue as full paying members because they've seen how the game has changed and developed over the past few years from when they may have previously had a membership 5, maybe 10 years ago. So I certainly expect a lot of these golfers that have taken out memberships to stay. But you know, a lot of what we're hearing is golfers have seen 50, 60, 70, in some cases 100 new members joining the club over the past 4 months. If we see 60, 70% of them stay and renew, then that would be a great result. But it also means that there might be 40% of those golfers that don't renew. So how can we actually try to keep those golfers in a membership, but on a membership that's still going to suit them? I think it's important that we as an industry have to obviously stay relevant, and by that I mean ensuring that we're offering the right products for the right people. You know, we're going to need different membership offerings for different playing habits, and it's just a case of now moving forward and ensuring that we have those different membership categories available to suit different people's needs. And that's essentially what the future looks like. You know, as I touched on before, pro rata memberships have been great short term. They've certainly tied up a lot of revenue in golf clubs that we may have perhaps not expected, and certainly helped for the 2 to 3 months worth of revenue that we've missed out on a golf course and golf courses in terms of that pay and play revenue, F&B revenue, and obviously corporate golf as well. I suspect with a lot of the representatives from resorts that have joined us today and members clubs as well, a lot of revenue from corporate golf has obviously been postponed and just pushed back to years. So, you know, that additional membership revenue that has come through over the past 4 months will certainly have been helpful on that basis. But obviously looking towards next year when things are a little bit more normal and hopefully corporate golf is allowed again and we're back open as we currently are, and that continues in the clubhouses, how are we going to maintain these golfers as members? And these new green fee golfers are certainly going to be able to go back to their other activities in the new year. Maybe not on the same basis of going back and all the way to 11-a-side football, but they're certainly able to play 5-a-side and things like that again. So these golfers are starting to play less, which we've noticed across our almost 300 golf clubs. Tee sheets are opening up a little bit again, and people are playing less frequently. So as much as golfers might still be playing once every couple of weeks, were 3-4 months ago when lockdown was lifted, they were playing 2 to 3 times a week, whereas it's now more often than not just 2 times a month. So they are playing more infrequently again in terms of our membership base, and what we are seeing is a lot of these members that signed up on pro rata basis are doing the same as well. So essentially moving into next year, we suspect it's very unlikely that 100% of the new members that have signed up are going to renew into traditional membership, just on the basis that they're not going to be playing as much golf next year and therefore unable to justify a traditional membership. In terms of what your golf club can do between now and the upcoming season next year, in terms of what we see are really the basics, and a lot of what we help golf clubs do to obviously ensure that we're trying to convert as much of this pay and play revenue into a contracted form of membership, and to try and create a little bit of loyalty from them to ensure that they keep coming back. Now, one thing that we help our golf clubs with is data capture. So very much a case of, is your golf club currently capturing the data of visiting golfers? So it's all well and good that people may be booking over the phone or maybe walking in, but a lot of the time now, obviously golf clubs are utilising online booking. Are you storing that data? And more importantly, are you then creating structured communication plans to obviously communicate with that data, whether that be about certain pay and play offers, group offerings, F&B offers to try and offer somebody a drink and a sandwich for £5–10 after the round of golf? Are you communicating with this data? Are you communicating membership plans in terms of what different membership categories you're offering between now and the end of the year, winter memberships, flexible memberships? Are you communicating with this data to ensure that you're getting as much as possible out of these golfers, and to ensure that you are creating that loyalty and they're visiting your golf club as often as they can and not potentially visiting somewhere else? Have you got strategic remarketing strategy, including paid media in place? So people that might be visiting your website, inquiring about membership, people that might be searching for membership within a certain radius of your golf club. Are you then remarketing to these golfers with paid activity? What we mean by that, and one of the main support angles of what we deliver to each of our partner clubs, and I'll touch on what we do shortly, but we do support all of our clubs with paid media activity, not just club-specific social media campaigns, but the remarketing strategy is really important, because anytime somebody visits our website, visits a partner club of ours website, or starts searching for flexible membership or just membership within a 20-kilometre radius of that club, we start to populate adverts across people's browsers when they're just browsing the internet for something totally unrelated to golf. But because we know they've got an interest, whether that be in membership locally or they've been directly to a golf club, they have an interest and they are connected to that golf club. We can then communicate to those golfers online with paid activity to try and get them to actually find out more about membership, find out more about the golf club itself, and therefore submit an inquiry for us to then capture that data for each of our partner clubs to then communicate with about, as I touched on, whether that be your membership offerings or your pay and play offers or potential small group golf. Gives you all sorts of opportunity to then communicate with that data just by capturing it, and that's one of the main support angles that we deliver for our clubs. Are you encouraging pay and play golfers to revisit? If somebody's visited your golf club once or twice, are you then encouraging them to potentially come a third time, maybe at a discounted rate, or potentially offer them the opportunity to try and encourage them to come along with friends after you've got those communication strategies and plans in place to try and encourage golfers to come back? Not just seeing somebody visit your golf club and watching them disappear into the distance and then visiting somewhere else. What is it you are doing as a golf club to communicate with those people that visited your club to come back? And furthermore, what are you doing to try and encourage those golfers that have visited your club to actually join the club as a member and become a contracted customer of your club? What sort of proactive outbound follow-up have you got in place? Do you have a specific structure when somebody inquires about membership? How are you then following up that inquiry? Is there a specific structure in place? Now, we understand that obviously golf clubs and members of staff at clubs have been much busier than normal over the past 3-4 months with all of the additional work that's had to be done with regards to making sure that the golf club itself is safe, and you're obviously practicing social distancing. We understand there's been a lot of work and a lot more operational activity to be done, but at the same time, we need to make sure that all golf clubs are making the most of this opportunity and the vast increasing visitors that you've had at your club. What are you doing to obviously try and convert those golfers into membership? Are you inviting them in for a sort of sit-down welcome session to find out a bit more about membership and the different categories that you offer to ensure that you find the right membership model for the right people? And are you obviously offering the different membership categories to suit different people's needs? And obviously having that outbound activity to follow up with enquiries is really important for golf clubs to increase their conversion levels. Again, one of the main support angles that we provide our golf clubs with is a measurable CRM, so a customer relationship management platform, where all of this data that we're gathering for you drops into the CRM so that you can manage that. So whether it be yourself or a membership manager or just a team of different people that are following up those membership inquiries, we provide you with a full CRM to effectively and efficiently pick up the inquiries and go through the process of that first phone call to the first email to having them sit down with you, to them actually joining up and joining the club and start playing as a golfer. How are you measuring that activity so that you can obviously start to spot trends, see what works and what doesn't work, and also again contribute towards increasing conversion of inquiry to membership sale. And one of the main things that we often speak about at Play More Golf, obviously it's what we do. We provide golf clubs with a platform to offer a flexible membership, but not only in terms of a flexible membership do we refer to Play More Golf, we're referring to in terms of your whole membership structure. Do you have different categories that are obviously going to suit different people? Obviously a golfer that might play 50 times per year and likes to utilize the clubhouse every time they visit, in comparison to a golfer that might play 100 times but never visits the clubhouse, and then in comparison to a golfer that only plays 10 rounds per year. Do you have different membership categories that are designed for those different people? Somebody that's playing 10 rounds of golf per year is obviously not going to be willing to pay the same as somebody that's playing 100 times per year, because the value in terms of a cost per round is significantly different, and it's not quite fair for those golfers that aren't playing as much golf to be paying the same as somebody that's playing 100 times a year. So now a little bit more about Play More Golf and how we help our partner clubs, almost 300 of them now up and down the UK, create loyalty out of these pay and play golfers. Here at Play More Golf, we work with clubs to introduce a yield managed, it's a points-based flexible membership, but really intelligent piece of software that manages everything for you as a golf club in terms of that members account. First of all, it's really important to remember about the Play More Golf flexible model and the system and the platform is that it's very much your golf club's membership. So a lot to do with your flexible membership when introduced with Play More Golf is determined and dictated by you as a club. So you choose the price point in terms of how much you're going to charge golfers to join your club as a flexible member. And then you work with us to set up a points-based membership system, which obviously determines how many rounds of golf golfers will receive for that membership fee. As an example, a lot of our golf clubs work from a price point of £350 for a 12-month flexible membership. What that gives a golfer is 100 credits. So essentially those 100 credits are for golf only. So there's additional on spend as well and ancillary spend on top of that. But the £350 gives a golfer 100 credits. Then through the points system, we develop that efficient platform to determine how many rounds of golf a golfer may receive. Now, obviously a peak period, so a Saturday or Sunday morning is going to cost significantly more points than what you as your golf club would class as an off-peak time, which let's say might be a Tuesday afternoon from 3 o'clock onwards where you know the golf course is quieter. Somebody's received 100 credits, you might charge somebody 10, 12 points to play on a weekend before 1 o'clock, and it might cost somebody 4 or 5 points, for example, to play on a Tuesday evening when you know the golf course is quieter. So essentially what we do by that point system is drive golfers to play on your golf course when it's quiet, essentially away from where your traditional membership base like to play and where you can get the most revenue from your pay and play golfers because you know it's a popular time. What we do is introduce a points-based system which offers the golfer value but to play at the off-peak quieter times on your golf course. If they do want to play at a peak period, often they can, but obviously you're protecting your traditional membership by really pricing golfers out of that and essentially charging very much in line with your sort of rack rate green fee price point for your peak periods. What we also do to obviously protect your traditional membership, you may implement a shorter booking window for your flexible members. So your traditional membership, currently obviously it's a little bit different with COVID and there's been restrictions and reductions on booking periods, but any normal year, let's say your traditional 7-day membership base have a 14-day booking period or a 10-day booking period. You're probably only going to allow your flexible members to book maybe 5 or 7 days in advance. So obviously your traditional membership have priority booking by 5-7 days prior to when your flexible members can actually book a tee time. So they're only essentially filling the remaining gaps anyway during those peak times or off-peak periods. But by making the off-peak periods more attractive, that's why we see almost 75% of our golf played off-peak, which is away from where your traditional membership like to play their golf. In terms of how this is all managed, this is managed through the Play More Golf platform and through our software. You're given full admin rights into your section that we obviously create for you, but everything with regards to a golfer joining, paying online, renewing their membership online, booking their golf online, that's all managed through the Play More Golf platform. So there's no additional administration work for you as a club to actually do on that basis. Everything's managed through our platform and through our real-time booking to obviously administer member accounts online. Obviously, members have the opportunity to play on multiple golf courses across our network. Only a small benefit of the membership we offer is the ability to utilize some of their credits elsewhere. So as I touched on before, if golfers pay £350 for a membership fee at some of our clubs, they receive 100 credits. 80% of their membership has to be used at their selected home club. So if I was to join at a golf club as a Play More Golf flexible member, I have to use 80% of the credits I've purchased at that home club. And that's the contracted revenue that you as the home club receive straight away the minute a golfer joins. You get that revenue straight away. Golfers then have what we call 20 flexi points, which, some golfers will join a club and they'll want to play just at that golf club. So they'll be able to utilize those 20 extra flexi points at the home club, but they could, if they wish, go and utilize those 20 flexi points across our network of courses. Now, on average, a cost per round might be around about 6-7 points. So it's probably only going to get them a couple of games. They're not going to be able to go and play all 260 golf courses in the Play More Golf network. They only have 20 points to go and play elsewhere. So it is a benefit of they working and utilising the Play More Golf membership, is that your flexible members can then go and utilise their points elsewhere. And obviously for the transient golfers, that's a big advantage. Considering our membership base are only playing an average of 8 rounds of golf per year, the ability to go and play 2 or 3 of them, which is almost 30% of their golf elsewhere, is a really big benefit for them. Even though it's only 2 or 3 rounds per year elsewhere, it's a good advantage for those transient golfers to be able to use their membership that they paid up front for to go and play 2 or 3 rounds somewhere else. But obviously that's a paid reciprocal. So if a golfer of Golf Club A, as a flexible member, wanted to go and play at Golf Club B, Golf Club B would receive the revenue dependent on the number of points spent. So it's very much a paid reciprocal arrangement between the network of our courses, which is obviously a big benefit to the golfer, but also a huge benefit to golf clubs, because we've got almost 15,000 active members now in the Play More Golf network, which if you're not working on the Play More Golf platform, you're not going to see any of that revenue whatsoever, because these golfers cannot come and utilize their flexi points at your club. Working with the Play More Golf network opens up those golfers to come and utilize their flexi points credits at your golf course as well, which is a really big benefit to the golf club in terms of revenue and the opportunity that that presents for you. In terms of the membership product itself, as I touched on before, you as a golf club retain total control of the membership category in terms of price point, benefits of your flexible membership, the value it's going to offer, and the number of rounds they can play. You as a golf club determine all of that. All of renewals, referrals, online payments, top-ups, communication, that's all done automatically again through the Play More Golf network. So because people can join this flexible membership at your club 12 months of the year, obviously it's really valuable revenue through the quieter months because people still join. It's also self-managed, so you don't have to actually pick up the phone to 10 or 15 golfers on Christmas Day if that's when their renewal's due to pick that up, because it all happens automatically. And vice versa at weekends, if you're very busy operationally and not got the time to pick up with people's renewals, everything is managed online, so everything's automated in terms of the referral and the renewal process. And obviously people joining, they do that online as well. In terms of how it actually works for you as a club, you very much build your own product. So just down the left-hand side here, you can see you use our unique online platform to determine and dictate what this membership product is going to look like and what value it's going to offer the golfer. It's very much club specific in terms of the member benefits. So if or which competitions they can play, how you're going to manage the handicap, if they get member discounts, all determined by you as a club, and it's club specific. So they're not going to receive the same benefits that your 7-day or your traditional full paying membership receive. And they're obviously through the point system, not going to get anywhere near the same amount of golf. As I touched on before, our average Play More Golf member across our network of 260 clubs is only playing 8 rounds of golf per year. So very much infrequent golfers, but paying an upfront fee as a contracted membership, which is highly valuable revenue for you as a club. Seamless integration with the tee sheet as well. So in terms of managing bookings, as we have live integration with your tee sheet, we work with all tee sheet providers. You don't have to cross-reference multiple tee sheets. Everything automatically pulls through into your live tee sheet, subject to live availability, and vice versa. There's also going to be times where flexible members won't be able to play on the golf course for reasons such as team matches, where you'll already have the tee block booked. So again, avoids any multiple bookings or any confusion on that regard as well. As I touched on earlier, in terms of the club-specific marketing activity that we deliver for each of our partner clubs, it's very much club-specific. So the promotional activity, the social media campaigns such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram promotional activity about your golf club, it's very much club-specific. So your golf club's advertising activity that we deliver will appear very differently to another golf club's activity because it's club-specific that we deliver on behalf of the club. On top of the social media campaigns, there's obviously lots of remarketing activity which is delivered through our Google analytical work and Google AdWords. So very much finding golfers within, generally speaking, a 20-25 mile radius of your golf club, and we go and find people behaving in certain ways that we know our personas look like online. So people that fit the demographic of our golfers, who are obviously significantly lower than that of what your traditional membership looks like. And I suspect over the past 3 to 4 months, you've probably seen a huge decrease in the age of what the new members look like in comparison to your traditional membership. Now, the average age of our Play More Golf member is 43. So it's obviously significantly lower. That's actually 20 years younger than the UK average golf club member. So very much attracting the more younger, infrequent golfers who don't have the time and availability to play as frequently. But we build that into the online marketing as well by searching and finding the right sort of personas and connecting with the right golfers. So they're going to go through that process of seeing an advertisement, seeing the remarketing activity online, going through the process of then finding out more about the membership and then joining and paying online and playing and booking online as well. Obviously, the CRM is there for you to manage that process. If somebody needs a phone call, if somebody needs an email to try and prompt them to join, that CRM is in place for you to obviously deal with all of that data, to communicate with it and to convert into membership. And our membership product is very much creating loyalty for each of our golf clubs. The average retention of our members is between 4 and 5 years as a flexible member. After that process, they generally upgrade into your traditional full paying memberships, because 4 or 5 years later, after joining as a flexible member, they're often starting to play more golf year on year and obviously upgrading in 4 to 5 years into your traditional membership categories, because they're now playing more golf than what our platform allows. And it's not essentially going to provide them with value anymore, because they're playing more golf, where a traditional membership is going to provide them with more value. It's going to suit their needs more. But obviously, every new and renewing member, it's all processed online, and it's all for a high yielded upfront membership revenue. To do the math, if our average member is paying £350 for a 12-month membership and only playing 8 rounds of golf per year, in terms of a yield per round, that's around about £40 that they're paying for a round of golf, which is probably higher than most golf clubs' average green fee rate for off-peak rounds of golf. A lot of golf clubs do twilight offers now for £15, £20. You're achieving double that on a membership here as a contracted fee that you're receiving up front for those 8 rounds of golf. So it's significant high yielding revenue, which is really beneficial and often yielding more in terms of a cost per round than what your traditional membership will be driving as well. Obviously, your golf club has your own club management dashboard. So just on the left-hand side here, you can view what the club management dashboard looks like. It gives you a full overview in terms of how many inquiries we've generated for you off the back of our marketing that you can then pick up and deal with in your management dashboard. How many new members you've had in a month, so you can obviously forecast and keep track of following up with those members and doing the welcome process. How many renewals you've had within a month, obviously from year 2 onwards, really, when people are going to start renewing. Golfers can top up their points whenever they wish. So if somebody's running low on points after 8 months of their membership, they can top up that membership in a numeral of 20 or 40 points to see them through until their renewal date 3 or 4 months later, when they get to the 12-month period and they have to renew the following year. It is only a 12-month membership. But everything's managed in here. Obviously, you've got your away revenue here as well. So that's revenue from other Play More Golf members, as I spoke about, that 15,000 membership base of our other members potentially visiting your golf course. And that's the revenue that this club, as an example, received in a 6-month period from other Play More Golf members visiting their golf course, which is a really useful revenue stream. And as I say, as our membership continues to grow, and as our golf club network continues to grow, that figure is going to grow annually as well at each golf club, because there's going to be more flexi points spent with a more choice to go and spend them. Just down on the right-hand side, obviously, this is where you can view your member management through the online platform and your admin dashboard. Start to see the inquiries coming through in the CRM, where you can obviously view that data, new members that have come through, renewals. So if you need to pick up the phone for anybody that's potentially not renewed, it may be a case of they're not renewing their flexible membership because they didn't get great value, because they might play more golf than what a flexible membership allowed. So you might be picking up the phone to these people to actually convert them into a 7-day full paying member. In terms of the members side of things, obviously this here on the left hand side is just where people initially join. So they find a home club through our platform and through the Play More Golf website, which is obviously integrated and embedded within your own club website, which will divert them to this Join Now page here on our website at your selected home club. So people can join online, they pay online, and then once their membership account is set up, just on the right-hand side here, you can actually view what the members' dashboard looks like. So this is how members book their golf. When a member books a round of golf, depending on how many points it is for that round of golf, whether it be 10 points for a Saturday afternoon or 5 points for a Tuesday evening, the relevant numbers of points are deducted the minute the golfer creates his booking online. So there's no additional administration for you at the club to actually manage points balances, which would be really awkward. That's all done automatically for you through the Play More Golf platform. In terms of the next steps, what we'd like to do, myself, Jake Rhodes, obviously I'm the Regional Sales and Support Manager for the Midlands and the North of England, and Ian Berry also covers the Midlands and the South. We will be in touch with you over the next couple of days to talk about how we at Play More Golf can potentially help your golf club with the introduction of a flexible membership, and obviously have a one-to-one consultation to discuss your personal needs. If you do need anything, this webinar has been recorded, so we will get this session sent out to everybody that's attended today as well. Just before we do leave it there, has anybody got any questions? I know we've got the Q&A open in the session. We've not had any questions just yet, but just before we leave, feel free to pop a question in there for over the next couple of minutes. If you don't have any questions, thanks for joining us. Look forward to speaking to you all soon.